showtime.
Here's what people have to say about the 2025 event cruise.
Over the top.
Fantastic.
Fun.
One of a kind.
Exciting.
A must try.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Breakthrough.
Don't miss out on all the fun on the 2026 event cruise. You're not going to want to miss it. Join us.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. I am your host, Robert, a.k.a. The Tall Man. This is my lovely wife, Lisa, a.k.a. Mrs. Tall Man. Not that anyone ever calls her that. We are coming to you live from Tall Man Studios here in Central Florida. It's a bit warmer this week. It's not freezing.
It's a little dark in here.
It is dark in here. Oh, my gosh. Thank you. Yeah, let's turn on the lights. Hey, and we're on.
There we are.
Too many buttons. Yes. We hope you guys are doing well. We know weather-wise, at least from a snow and rain standpoint, it's looking a lot better this weekend than it did last weekend. But I know it is brutally cold in some of the areas, so hopefully you guys are staying warm. We have a great show for you guys tonight. We have a lot to talk about, but we are going to be focusing mainly on 6 different stories this week. And the first one, we're going to get right to it. And by the way, before I do, housekeeping notes, we do this live so you can participate. So if you have a comment about one of the subjects tonight, please leave it in the chat. If you happen to watch the replay, leave a comment. We do answer all the comments, but we want to have a discussion with you about these subjects, okay? So that being said, welcome everybody on Super Bowl Sunday. Let's get to the news. The first thing we're going to talk about, actually, Lisa, is Carnival's, they raised some prices.
Again. Not
like cruise fare prices, but the bottomless bubbles package. That's the package, everybody, that is for
that's for sodas and juice, right?
Sodas, juice, and that's it. Sodas and juice. It used to be $9.50. It has now gone up to $11.99.
What?
$11.99. And here's what I find interesting about this. Fountain drinks are hugely profitable. Like
yes, they are.
When you go to a fast food restaurant and you get the burger and the fries and the drink, it doesn't cost very much to make the drink.
No, it really doesn't.
They make the most profit on the beverage, right? On average, it costs for the water, the syrup, and the CO2, right?
Yes.
The bubbles. Somewhere between 5 cents and 10 cents, depending on the quantity you're buying, if you will, from a manufacturer or from a restaurant standpoint. So I used 8 cents. So for $11.99 for the bottomless bubbles package, they can make, for that dollar amount, almost 150 drinks.
Wow.
Now, mind you, that is per day. It is $11.99 to get a fountain soda a day.
Well, I mean, it's not just one; it's endless bubbles.
I know it's
but
endless, but
yes, yeah. I'm not going to spend that much money on soda. I'm just not. I'm not a soda drinker to begin with, but still, that's yeah.
well, I mean, but for somebody who is a drinker, a soda drinker, I mean, the opposite of that, if you will, is buying them one at a time, which on a cruise ship would be much more expensive.
That's true.
But if you were buying them one at a time, you'd get a can, not fountain. But I think what strikes me the most is a fountain drink costs so little to produce, yet they're raising the prices essentially $2.50
That's a lot
a day.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That is a lot.
It is. Yeah, and it's not like they're at the buffets. Well, I guess some ships. It depends.
Some
on which
ships
ship
have
you
the
are. Some
dispensers.
ships do have the dispensers at the marketplace cafe, but yeah, I mean, most often you just got to go down to the bar, wait for the bartender to get their attention to get the drink for you.
Yeah, and if it's a child, right? Because a lot of people that get the bottomless bubbles are for the children. Now, their prices didn't go up. They stay the same. But
Okay.
the prices for the adults have gone up.
Okay.
But even still, you got to go to the bar to get it. And if you're a child standing,
Below
yay
counter.
tall, below average, right? And at a bar full of people having cocktails, the bartenders don't always notice the children trying to get a soda. Not always. So, but adults or children, it doesn't matter to me, to raise it $2.50 for something that cost nearly nothing per se. That is another.
It is. I remember, back in the day, I haven't looked in years, but I remember back in the day, you could just go and buy a huge case of the syrup at, like the big box stores, like Sam's Club. You could buy the whole big case.
Yeah. For like $30 or something like that.
Yeah. Very cheap.
Yeah, syrup. If you had a dispenser at your house.
Yeah, like Soda Stream people. Yeah.
Well, SodaStream's, I think, a little bit different, isn't it?
Well, SodaStream, you can buy the little containers.
Yeah.
But yeah, the cartons, they're not geared towards homeowners.
No.
They're geared for small
Commercial.
businesses. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're big boxes. They plug into the thing and it gets pumped all
They
around.
are.
I just think that even at $9.50, I thought that was a little much, if you will, for soda. I mean, there's some cruise ships that you go on where it's included, which is nice because it's fountain. Okay, I prefer to have a can myself, but if the fountain sodas are part of it, great. I would have it, but I'm not going to spend $12 a day
No.
to have a soda.
No, I wouldn't either.
I don't drink that much sodas anymore. I don't know. What do you think? $11.99 price hike of $2.50 went from $9.50 to $11.99 per person per day.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think that's crazy. We want to hear your thoughts. That's not the only thing they raised the prices on. They also raised the prices on gratuities.
Did they?
It went up $1 across the board. So for the regular cabins, it went from $16 to $17, and for the suites, it went from $18 to $19. So
Okay.
even that has gone up a little bit as well. And gratuities has been one of those sore subjects for a lot of people, which I'm going to come back to the gratuities, which I'm going to back up to the bottomless bubbles. Let's not forget, they slap a 20% gratuity onto the package on top of the $11.99.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I don't know. I just think that's ridiculous. Again,
That's more than I would want to spend on soda.
I know. Let us know what you guys think. So back to the gratuities. There's been a lot of chit chat, and I don't know, maybe a year or so ago, there were some documents leaked from one of the cruise lines that clearly states that the gratuities are not extra for the employees. They it's a trade-off. They guarantee the employees a salary, but that guarantee, it's like a draw.
Yeah.
Whatever gratuities are made come out of that draw. And if there's more, you get more. If there's less, it doesn't matter because they guarantee you a certain amount, but you're not getting extra. The gratuities that we are paying are actually their salaries. Now, again, that is up for debate. And there's a lot of argument about that. A lot of people, put their fist down on the desk. No, that's, not what we do and this, that, whatever. But again, the documentation wins every time. And again, this was one specific cruise line that this document comes from. Generally in that area, they all sort of follow suit. I mean, they all sort of operate the same way when it comes to that stuff. So I just find it interesting that they're raising gratuities as well. And I don't think the service is any better, right? Like, think pre-pandemic, like cabin stewards. We've talked about this in previous broadcasts that you used to see your cabin steward many times throughout the day. They would, the running joke is they're little gremlins living underneath the bed, and every time you leave, they come out and clean the cabin.
Oh, we used to say that every time we went on a cruise ship.
No, now they're going to come in once a day, and I mean that's fine. I have no issues like that. You stay in a hotel, they only clean that once a day. But ultimately, I think that raising the gratuities is also something that is just another money grab. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. Gratuities I don't mind so much as the bubbles package. That just to me just seems like it's just so much.
I agree, but if I felt that the service was better or the extra gratuities was going to pay for some more people or whatever, then it might be justified. But it just seems like one person doesn't, and then all of a sudden everybody starts raising prices. For instance, the day after Carnival announced their gratuity hike, Margaritaville at Sea announced their gratuity hike, and theirs is substantial. They are now the highest gratuities in the industry.
Oh, aren't they really?
It has gone from $20 to $22
wow.
per person per day for a
Wow.
regular cabin, and from $24 to $25 for suites.
Wow. Okay.
So, yeah, quite the hike there. Now, we love Margaritaville at Sea. We've only been on them one time on the Islander and had a fantastic time. But I just what is the justifiable reason behind these large price increases? I don't know. What are your thoughts? In fact, let's get to some of your thoughts here. Let's see what people are thinking about. Here we go. Let's see. We're scrolling down. We're scrolling. Now, Bev says, fountain drinks may be cheap, but have you seen the cost of bottles and cans lately? Well, yes, but the bottomless bubbles package is very clear. It is fountain drinks only. So they're not getting cans. They're getting fountain drinks. And so that's why it just set me off just a bit. And some of it is because we're actually next Thursday here in 4 days, we have a video coming out. And we're going to talk about it a little more when we're done with the news. But we really dug in and started examining the cruise industry a little bit. And then this bottomless bubbles thing came up, and it just sort of was like, oh man, we got to talk about that. We got to talk about that. Ashley says, but ordering a soda at a restaurant is really expensive now. It's like nearly $4 if you order a soda at a restaurant. Well, so interestingly enough, I'm not excusing that either, right? Because again, in a restaurant, like a sit-down restaurant, you're getting a glass. At a fast food restaurant, you're going to get a cup, a lid, and a straw. So that adds, obviously, to the price a little bit. But on a cruise ship, in a restaurant, generally you're just getting a glass, whether it's plastic or glass, it doesn't matter, and they're putting it in there. But even so, Ashley, I agree. $4 for a soda, a fountain soda at a restaurant or even a fast food place, it's robbery is what it is.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is what it is. And Gina says, Everything is going up. It really is. It really is. Elaine says sodas all around are expensive. Raising the price is another nick. I'm not sure what nick means.
I don't know either. We're old.
Yep. Macrina says, I refuse to pay $3.29 for a 2-liter bottle of Diet Coke today. Nope. Right? Never mind $12 a day for fountain drink. Now, and of course, unless you say something, they load that cup up with ice. So you're not even getting a full cup of soda.
They do. Now, to be fair, it does include juice as well. I just, want to throw that out there. It does include juice as well. But yeah, for soda, the bubbles package, I just think it's a lot.
Yeah, it is. Mama Tallman says, is anyone muted? I don't know. Maybe they're raising the gratuities because so many people take them off at the end of the cruise. That's
I
good
wondered
possibility.
about that. Yeah, I wondered if it's, that
The few ruin it for the many?
Well, the increase is making up for those who take it off.
Yeah.
That's what I was wondering.
The few ruining it for the many.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
So, gratuities, right? So, gratuities was always one of those things that you give someone in a service industry based upon the service received. If you had a fantastic service from a waiter, bartender, whatever it is, you leave a couple extra bucks. If you had crappy service, well, you leave nothing or a few less dollars. Now, in the cruise industry, there's a lot of service going around. You've got your cabin stewards, their assistants, there's bartenders, the waiters, and then, of course, there's the rest of the people that you don't have direct contact specifically with, the people that are cleaning the hallways and keeping the ship sanitized. All these people get a little piece of that gratuity package. But regardless, I've always felt it shouldn't be mandatory. It shouldn't be forced upon you. Just like the drink packages. If you buy the drink packages, they are slamming 20% gratuity on it, whether you like it or not. It's just going to get added to it, right? You can't take it off, right? At least when you get on the ship, not every cruise line. There are some cruise lines that prohibit you from taking the gratuities off. A couple. So anyway, but yeah. Thinking and waiting. Okay. 15 all for 1 5 KFC. You are new around here. Welcome to the show. I think that was
Welcome.
I think that was the applause.
I thought it sounded like crickets from what I could hear.
Right?
Yeah, it sounded like crickets to me. That was supposed to be applause.
That was supposed to be applause. Hang on a minute. And a super chat from Angie.
Yay!
Thank you.
Angela, thank you so much. We appreciate you.
But it comes with a message. I can't hear you. Are we going through that problem again? Hang on. Oh, no. It sounds okay here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you great.
You hear me too?
Yeah. And nothing's muted. I haven't touched anything.
Oh my goodness. Sometimes we have this issue with YouTube, and if you refresh, sometimes it comes back.
Yeah, Macrina says she can hear us okay.
Sorry about that.
Bev says to Macrina, are you speaking metric? LOL. Won't pay more than $2 for a 2-liter. Oh, good Lord. Ashley says, maybe get out and back in. Yeah, they're talking about refreshing. Okay.
Yes.
And Mama Tallman says she's okay now. Everybody seems to be okay.
Awesome.
All right, so we're back at it.
Yay, woo. So I think Angela said she couldn't hear us, so thank you very much. We appreciate the super chat.
Bev says, Don from Don's Family Travel, most people know Don out there, he said in a post this week saying he asked specifically, and they do not allow you to remove the gratuities.
Interesting.
Yeah. Margaritaville, that is. Yep. It was, I think, posted in the news that I read about their gratuity hike that you can't remove them. So, yeah. I just... Gratuities should be a subjective thing, not a forced thing. Now, from us, I enjoy not having to think about it. I enjoy not having to have the envelopes and bring in the extra cash with us and figure, okay, this person's going to get $5 and this person's going to get $25. I do enjoy not having to think about it.
Yeah, back in the day, I mean, that was what you did. You
Yeah.
brought your cash
Maitre d'
with
gets
you
some
and-
money, and this guy gets some money, and that guy gets everybody. It's like everybody's getting paid, making it rain. We are making it rain. So I enjoy that aspect of it, but there are many, many, many people who do not and would rather have the control of giving what they believe an individual should get extra, and then because you're physically giving it to them, it is extra. You're taking it out like they're taking it out now. You don't know if they're getting it.
Yeah, it's like we were talking about. It's a draw.
Yeah. And as I said, from the documentation, sort of cruise line documentation that got leaked, gratuities, it's a draw against a guarantee.
At least on that one particular ship, yes.
Yes. That one particular ship or that one particular cruise line. Gina says, I thought fountain drinks are served yourself in some areas, MDR excluded. It depends on the ship and it depends on the cruise lines. There are some ships that have self-serve locations up in the buffet area, on lower decks as well. Some ships don't. And if they don't, you got to go to a bar to get it. And so in those situations, you got to belly up to the bar and fight the people who are there to buy, get some alcohol, if you will. So.
Yeah, and we were talking specifically about Carnival. On their XL class ships, they do have dispensers in the buffet area, but some of the older ships, they do not have that. And that's when we were talking about you do have to go to the bar for that.
Alex says, let's be like Australia. Just include it in the fare.
I don't see why we don't, to be honest. I really don't. That would be so much easier. That would end so much aggravation for people.
It would.
Of
course, the cruise fares would go up several $100, and then everybody would moan and groan about that.
Yeah, they would.
Speaking of moaning and groaning, and on the same path of money grab, let's talk about upselling.
Oh, joy.
How many of you people out there in chat right now that are watching us live have been subject to upselling? Put type 1 in chat if you have been like inundated on a cruise with upselling. Put a 1 in the chat. I want to see.
There's my one.
Yeah. Upselling is everywhere. And I feel it has gotten to a point where it's absolutely ridiculous. And believe it or not, to me, the worst place that I feel I've been subjected to upselling, believe it or not, is in the spa. Not that we've actually gone to the spa, but when we go down there to video, we go down there on embarkation day and they're giving tours.
Yes.
And they give a tour and then they all but berate you to buy something. You gotta make the reservation now. We need you. How about this? Nope. How about that? Nope. How about? I mean, they just don't take no for an answer.
They don't. I mean, they hit you like one thing after the other. Hey, we can fix that hair for you, and you want a facial? How about a massage? And it's just one after the other.
One after the other. And recently there was a person on a cruise, and again, we're not going to mention the cruise line or whatever. And they went into a spa. They had a 75-minute session, and according to the article, and this person that left the post, that the first 20 minutes was spent trying to upsell this person. Not getting the massage, but just, we can do this for you or we can do that for you. 20 minutes.
Yikes.
This person finally got up, got dressed, and left. Went to the reception desk and demanded a refund, which amazingly she got, or he got.
I would not have been there 20 minutes. I would have been up in 5.
Yeah. Well, the person did get a refund. And then took it up with guest relations after that. But even like I said, when we go there just for the spa tour, it is all the time. I mean, how many times are you sitting around, the first, it doesn't even have to be the first day. It happens throughout the cruise. And people come, would you like the drink package? Would you like a specialty dining? Would you like to go to the spa? Shore excursion. I mean, it is constant upselling.
Well, if you go back and watch a lot of our videos, when we show the spa, a lot of times if we are able to get one of them to walk us around, they are literally trying to pitch us during our videos. And we're like, no, thank you. No, thank you. I mean, that's happened. How many times has that happened to us?
A ton.
A lot of times.
A ton.
And we're like, we're not here for, services. We're here to get a video. But hey, now everybody knows how much you're charging and how much your specials are on the first day. Thank you.
Right. And of course, they offer specials on the first day that
they do.
Typically aren't available later on in the cruise, a little less money. But, I mean, they push it hard. It is all about maximizing profits. And to maximize the profits, they are forced to upsell all the time. Now, I don't know about you, but when I go on vacation, I don't care what kind of vacation it is. Obviously, Lisa and I, we love cruising, so our vacation choice is cruising. And I'm assuming most of you as well. I go there to relax and enjoy and just decompress, take a deep breath. And when you're sitting down and every 30 minutes you're being upsold something, another perfect example, you're in the main dining room having dinner. What's the shots?
Actually, it's shots.
I know for a lot of people it's funny, it's interesting, maybe it's convenient, but that's an upsell.
Well, even we've been in the buffet for lunch on day one and had people walking up to us at the buffet and ask us, hey, with this big, flip chart, hey, would you like to go to specialty dining? We have these packages, and they're going through their flip charts while we're trying to have lunch.
Yeah. Even look, even the pictures. Now, they've done this forever. This isn't a new thing, but pictures is also an upsell. It really is. They want you to buy pictures. Now, these days, they want you to buy a picture package.
Yeah.
Right? Everything's a package, so they want you to buy a picture package. But they come around at dinner and try to take pictures of you every night. Now, we always say no because we have no intention of buying that picture. So, but that is also a form of upselling. It is how can we maximize every dollar out of every person on the ship. So interestingly enough, and I go back and I forget the exact time, but I think it was probably somewhere around 6 months ago. There was some information about one of the corporations, whether it's Carnival, Royal, or NCL. They had their big corporate call, and they were talking about forecasting how things were going, and they were talking about how well pre-sold extras was going, that the dollars were up a certain percentage. And they were excited about that because on the flip side, people are going to spend a certain amount of money once they get to the ship. Now, if they pre-buy something, that money that they would have used to buy it on the ship is available to buy something else on the ship. So if they get you to prepay for the Wi-Fi, prepay for the drink package, and say even prepay gratuities, let's call that, $1,000. Well, when you get to the ship, you probably still brought that $1,000 with you. You're going to spend it on other things. And so cruise lines try very hard these days to get you to pre-purchase extras. Again, how many times have you got an email? 25% off specialty dining, 20% off this, 40% off that. They're all emails that you get once you've booked a cruise to try to get you to buy that stuff ahead of time before you get to the ship. Now, of course, if you do, it's less expensive. But the flip side is when you get to the ship, you're going to spend about the same amount of money you would have spent if you didn't buy it ahead of time anyway. And so they're getting more money out of you that way. It is strategic. It is engineered. It is not by accident. So the upselling has just gotten to a point that is nauseating. So I see a bunch of ones in the chat. Ashley's like, I try not to make eye contact with the spa people.
That's probably
right?
a good plan.
If I was to go in there and get a massage, I'm going to get, undressed. I'm going to get under the sheet. I'm going to lay flat. And when they come in, I'm not going to move. Get to it. Come on now. 75 minutes. I expect 75 minutes.
Right?
Bev's like, I'm good at ignoring people. That is not a relaxing spa event. No, Macrina, it is not. And that's why people go to spa. Exactly. You know, forget what I said about vacation being relaxing. If you go to a spa, oh my gosh, that is the ultimate in relaxation. Whether you're there for the thermal spa, whether you're getting, again, a facial or a massage or whatever it is, you're there to pamper yourself and relax. And to be bombarded into trying to buy something else it's just ridiculous. They need to take a breath, y'all. Yeah, Alex is like, this person also canceled all their shore excursions. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they canceled everything and not going to give that cruise line another penny. Not another penny.
Yeah, I think that's unacceptable. I really do. When you're there for a massage, come on.
Yeah.
You know, the only thing I want to hear is, am I pressing too hard?
Yeah.
That's all I want to hear.
Yeah. Would you like, hard or medium?
Yes.
Yeah, extra hard, please. Thank you. Get out those knots. Yeah. And look, maybe when you're done, a couple of minutes, hey, we have a bunch of other things that we can offer you here at the spa. Are you interested in hearing about any of them? No, thank you. Okay, have a great day. Gone.
Yeah, I mean,
What's that?
that would
20
not
seconds?
bother me. That would not bother
But
me.
after the session, not
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
I'm there to relax, right? I don't, anyway. Angie says, I booked a spa suite in March on the Sunshine, so I know I'm in for a rude awakening for the upsell. Yeah, you are. Somebody left a hint, like this, I won't say went viral, but there was a lot of people that responded to it. And they write on the card or something, I'm not interested in any upsells or something like that. And when they see that, they don't even bother. I don't know how that works because I've never gone in there for a massage, but maybe you can try that. So Bev says, they obviously never met me. I am a hard sell. If you pester me to buy something, you are not going to make me not want to buy. Yeah, exactly.
But, that's not the point of you, saying no, 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 no. The point is you shouldn't have to say no, 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 no,
Correct.
no. You're there to relax. You should be able to enjoy your massage.
Correct. 100%. All right. Well, let's move on. We have 3 more stories, and these are actually all MSC stories.
Whoa.
So
that's it for Carnival?
that's it for Carnival and Margaritaville at Seas and general cruise industry upselling.
Here lately, it's been Carnival, Carnival,
I
Carnival.
know. This week, MSC's made the news a little bit.
Wow.
There's been a lot of other news, but look, everybody knows there's been weather delays that have already happened, so there's no need to talk about that. A lot of stuff that's in the news, it's already gone past, and things that just happen this time of year. Bad weather systems come in, high winds. One of the ships at Margaritaville at MSC's private island broke away from the dock in heavy winds.
Yes, it did.
There's been issues at Perfect Day at Coco Cay because of bad weather, and a couple of ships have had to skip. We're not talking about that stuff. I want to talk about things that I feel need a little more attention and need conversation. Again, that's why we do this live instead of producing a video about the news. We want the engagement with you guys and hear what you think.
Absolutely.
All right. So that being said, the MSC Lyrica, at the end of this year, mid-November of this year through mid-April next year, was supposed to transition and reposition from the Mediterranean to South America. And for no apparent reason, canceled.
Really?
Gone.
Interesting.
With operational issues. That was the reason given.
Oh,
They literally have canceled the entire season for the Lyrica in South America. But what I find more interesting about that is not that they did it, of course, which is strange in itself, but there's no information of what the ship's going to be doing for 5 months.
Interesting.
There's a 5-month hole right now in its schedule. So, I mean, that is a long time for a dry dock.
It is. Yeah.
Cancel an entire, 5 months. I mean, even a major overhaul is like 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah, usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not 5 months.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Now, they're not selling the ship because they've got lots of stuff happening after. So it was supposed to leave the Mediterranean, I believe, around November 15th this year for a repositioning cruise to go to South America. And then stay there through, again, mid-April, then do another repositioning cruise, April 2027, and then back to the Mediterranean. So all the rest of the Mediterranean cruises for 2027, they're all still there. So it's not like they're taking the ship out of service. They just
took it out for 5 months.
yeah, and no information on what it's going to be doing. Of course, everybody.
That is interesting.
Yeah, and of course, everybody that booked got a full refund. Well, let me see here. Did they get? Where is it? Did they get? What else did they get? I forgot to look at that and memorize
Oh
it.
no.
Whether they just got their money back or did they get some future cruise credits and stuff like that. No, I don't see anything about that. I think they just got their money back.
Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, I find that really strange. Does anybody else find that strange? Just pull a ship out of, and not like today. It's like, oh my gosh, we have a broken engine. We've got to cancel the next cruise because the engines aren't working. We talked about that on our last broadcast. Preventative maintenance.
Right.
So, I mean, I know things do break, but if they're getting the appropriate preventative maintenance, that keeps things from breaking. That's why they call it preventative maintenance.
I just think, no matter whether it's, a scheduled dry dock, preventative maintenance, or that just seems like an awful long time.
Yeah,
It really does.
It does. It does. So, yeah, so that we found that interesting. On the good side, MSC News, not that was really necessarily a bad thing. It's just an odd thing, the Lyrica.
It is very odd.
Very odd. But, and it wasn't actually MSC that announced this, but rather the Bahamian Prime Minister put this out in a news report, if you will, a press release that the Bahamian government and MSC have just inked a deal for a $450 million project.
Oh, wow.
Woo! Applause.
And that one didn't sound like crickets.
No. Now, this is going to be not targeted, but it's going to be in Freeport. Okay? Freeport is one of those places that is sort of not been necessarily pushed off to the side, but NASA seems to be like the prominent name all the time now. NASA. Not as many ships go to Freeport. Well, part of the 400 of the 450 million are to build a brand new dock or pier and a brand new cruise terminal, and not where it currently is. Right now, the ships kind of pull into the sort of the main harbor, which is sort of an industrial area.
Yeah, very industrial.
It's now going to be moved over to, oh God, Billy Bay. It's a Billy K or Billy Key. So it's going to change locations. Now, it's not just going to be an MSC dock. All cruise lines that go there will be able to use it. But they're going to be building a massive facility there specifically for cruise ships and cruise ship passengers. Out in the complex, of course, there'll be shopping and restaurants and entertainment venues and all kinds of things. The other $50 million is going to be used in the current port area to help with new infrastructure and different things to help make the experience there even better.
Interesting. Okay.
So with all the extra cruise ships in the industry now, this is just a common sense thing. They're just trying to create more space to put more ships. Not a good thing or a bad thing. It just is a thing.
No, it just to me it's kind of strange. I mean, they've got their private island. They've got their places that they go to Nassau. So I mean, I guess it just, I don't know. It just sounded a little strange to me.
Well, I think it's giving back is what it
that's
is,
true.
right?
Yeah, that's true.
MSC is privately owned. It's family owned. It is not a public entity. And they have their own foundation. They do a lot of giving.
That is
a
true.
lot of giving, that company does. And I think this is giving back, right? Now, maybe they manage the terminal. Maybe there's a financial end to it where, other cruise lines that dock have to pay them. I don't, none of that was said in the article. And you would never know that anyway. But the point is they're investing. Now, part of that other chunk of $50 million is a private beach club that's being built there as well. So they're sort of taking a step like Royal Caribbean, and they're building a private beach club there in Freeport. So
Gotcha.
they will be able to get extra revenue from that.
Okay, well, I mean that it actually does make sense because their island is small and Nassau's always packed. So yeah, it does make sense. And
Look,
they're bringing more ships in, and so is everybody else.
this could also just simply be politics,
It could be.
right? MSC goes to Freeport and says, hey, we'd like to build a private beach club here, just kind of like Royal Caribbean did in Nassau. And the Prime Minister says, great, not a problem, but it's going to cost you.
That's probably more like it.
Look, that's how the world works. It seems like it works
It is.
on that scale. Okay, great. So they're going to build a new terminal so they can have their beach club. All right. Who thinks that's actually what happened? Leave that in the chat.
Me.
And for our let's get to the questions or the answers of people's questions and see, and then we'll talk about our last MSC story. Ashley says the Effie people drive me crazy too. Although I have bought a couple of Invicta watches from the ship. I love Invicta watches. Yeah, I'm kind of a watch nut, so I stay out of there. We go in there to video and then I leave.
You already have your watch.
I do. And I don't wear it enough because it's so nice that, I just got to,
You would destroy it.
I would. I really would. So, because my watch is always on me. I mean, well, if I was to take this off, you'd be blinded by the whiteness. I don't know if y'all.
You really would.
Anyway, so.
I've seen it. You really would.
All right. Well, we'll get to the last story. Then we'll get to questions. And we'll wrap this up. So, MSC has announced, and I'll be honest, this saddens me deeply, 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 deeply. They have announced that they are extending their pier at their private island to accommodate 2 ships.
Yeah, that makes me sad too.
Yeah.
Part of the charm of their private island is that it feels like a deserted island.
It's not a theme park.
It's not a theme park. It is not. It's just so peaceful and relaxing, and it's not, crammed with people, and now I'm beginning to wonder.
Well, they're not turning it into a theme park, but it's going to be something in between. So they're doubling the size of their dock, so 2 ships can fit in there. I'm not sure logistically how that's going to work because you basically have to back in there right now because of the coral that's around there. So I don't know how you're going to get 2 ships. I don't know. Whatever. They're extending the pier so they can have 2 ships. So that obviously is going to double or more than, depending on the ship, double the amount of people on the island. That sucks. But they're making some improvements. They're making an adults only retreat area, which is going to be called Paradise Sands Adult Retreat. They're adding a family beach area, going to be called Sneakers Cove Family Beach. And they're building sort of like a splash pad area for the kids with ropes course and a few other things like that. So not exactly theme park, but
something
in between.
else to do for the kids.
They're adding more eating locations.
Okay.
As well as a few specialty restaurants, right? A little extra money, right?
Of course.
So now, mind you, this has nothing to do with the other island they're creating, which hasn't been actually given a name yet, but I guess it's called Little Key for the moment. And rumors have it that is going to be for yacht club, MSC yacht club people, and or Explora journeys. But that actually means a 3rd potential ship.
It does, doesn't it?
So it may have to have its own dock.
But none of that. No official announcement has been made.
No
so
official
that is all rumor.
Yeah. Yeah, all rumor. But what has been announced, they are extending their pier on their private island to accommodate 2 ships.
And they are doing a family area with a splash pad and a ropes course for families and kids, and they are doing an adults only area.
More cabanas and other things. And of course, prices haven't been talked about. I'm quite sure the adults only beach area, that will probably come at a price.
I'm sure those cabanas are not going to be free.
No, cabanas will also come with a price. The family beach, I would think that would be included. So, but I'm just afraid the charm that island is. It's funny. Again, it was making some other videos for the channel here, which again you're going to see soon, and we're talking about private islands. And I remember when we first started cruising, the MSC private island now is really what all the cruise lines private islands used to be. It was a great day. It was no stress. It was really no excursions because you're on a little island. I mean, you can go snorkeling and you got jet skis and things, but it was a nice,
course.
It was a nice beach day, and sort of like a barbecue on the beach kind of food kind of thing, right?
Yes.
It was a lot more informal. Now, mind you, the ships back then only had 1,500 to 2,000 people. Now they're like 6,000 people. So things have changed. So it's not as much barbecue on the beach as it is. I don't want to call it full service, but it's a big buffet kind of a thing because they're having to make so much more food, right? So, but they're going to have some additional dining locations there now on the island too. So, anyway, I don't know. What do you think for those who have gone to MSC's private island? What do you think? Is that going to ruin the charm of the island, or do you think the enhancements they're making will increase the charm? I don't know. I'm going to be I'm going to be sitting on the fence. I'm going to be Switzerland here until we go when there's 2 ships there to see.
Do you have a coin that we can toss? Because I can see it going either way.
Yeah.
The island is large enough that even if they did pull a second ship in there, it's not going to feel packed like some of the private islands do. But it's still, at the same time, it's not going to feel like a deserted island anymore. It's not going to feel like your own private place. It's going to feel more like a public beach.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
I remember the last time we were at Perfect Day at Coco Cay, there was a couple of ships there, and we got off. And the dock, the walkway, getting in and coming out, I felt like I was at Disney. It was just, there was people everywhere. It just... Man, I'm afraid that's what that's going to turn out to be.
I hope not.
Especially with them launching larger and larger ships.
They are.
And bringing them over here, right? Where do you think it's going to end up? Imagine the World America and, what is it, the
Freeport.
Atlantica? Yeah, Freeport. But again, no, look, the biggest reason why the private island thing has exploded, it's about economics, right? As I just mentioned, ships have gotten larger. They got to put more butts on the ship, and they got to extract more money because it costs a lot of money to run these ships. It costs a lot of money to build the ships.
Yeah, it
right?
does.
And so by bringing you to a private island, all that money, because remember, drink packages don't work on a lot of islands, on the private islands.
They don't.
So if you're going to drink, you got to buy extra stuff there.
That's right.
If you don't want to eat the food they're making for you or whatever credits you get for food, that's going to cost you more money. Jet skis, snorkeling, all this stuff, everything goes right into the cruise line's pockets. Now, they have to spend the money to build it and refurbish it and do everything they do to it. But trust me, they're not investing those dollars without knowing that they're going to get that money back real fast. And so that's why there's this big push for all these private islands. That's why you see even in Nassau, Royal Caribbean built the beach club in Nassau. So you won't go do something in Nassau. Even though it's not their private island, they want you to go to their private place. That's money into their pocket. That's why they're doing it on the West Coast or Mexico. I mean, all these things, right? But the one thing that it does do is create some reliability. They don't have to rely on somebody to say, you can come dock here today. It's their own private space. They can come and go as they please. So there's an interesting trade-off. So let's see if anybody else had anything to say about the island. What's up, Ozan? How are you? Good to see you, buddy. Always good to see our friend from Turkey. How you doing, buddy? Macrina says, that's why I like Half Moon Cay and Princess Key, or Half Moon Key, whatever. Quiet and beach. Yeah.
Well, it's actually Half Moon Cay now.
Is it
'cause
Half
they
Moon Cay?
changed it to Relax Away and
Yeah.
Half Moon Cay.
It's changing, Macrina.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, they got Celebration Key now.
Yeah.
Right, so...
But Half Moon Key is now Half Moon Cay. Relax Away at Half Moon Cay.
Yes, so it rhymes. Relax away. So, all right, everybody, that is the news for this week. Thank you all so much for joining us. We'll see you next week. All right, so that ends the podcast part of the broadcast. We appreciate you all staying with us for all of that.
Yes, we do.
And
Thank you.
and again, we appreciate each and every one for being with us. Normally, we say hello to each and every one of you, but when we do the news these days, as mentioned, we do turn it into a podcast, so we just kind of get right to it. So, Gina and Macrina, Bev, Angie, Alex, Carol, Elaine, Tuesday, everybody. Mama Tall Man, good to see everybody. Ashley, 1510 all 415 KFC, if you're still around, right? Good to see you and welcome to the channel. Dr. Cherie, good to see you as always as well. We appreciate each and every one being with you. Hopefully you're all staying warm, and may your Super Bowl choice win.
I don't know. In some of the comments there, I was looking earlier. I've already seen some
don't
competition.
put anything in there. We haven't seen it. We want to try to watch the replay of it.
We don't want to know.
Don't tell us. Okay, we're going to try to watch it later. So, before we go any further, I want to apologize for not being here last week. So, as many of you know, if you've been around here with us for a while, we full-time RV. So, we're not on a cruise ship. We are in our RV. And our RV is not what would be called a 4-season RV, meaning it's not good in the winter.
Definitely not.
And we had historic and unprecedented cold weather here in Central Florida. In fact, I told Lisa, we had ice and or
It was
frost on my truck 9 days straight. That has never happened. Never, ever happened. And we are rural, no asphalt. And so in our little area, we're always 5 degrees. I mean, literally, by the clock, I put a thermometer outside. It's 5 degrees less than the forecasted temperature. And we were below zero for 5 days, at least in the evening.
Not below zero, below freezing.
Below freezing, below 32 degrees.
Yes.
Sorry, 0 Celsius. Talking for all the, Europeans out there. And the Canadians. Yes, below 32 degrees. In fact, one night it was in the low teens.
Yes.
And with the wind chill, it was in single digits.
Yes.
It was crazy. Anyway, well, the RV is not meant for that. And the heat system in there works on propane. And when you got to turn that thing on, it blows through some propane, let me tell you.
Very quickly.
And it being so cold and not being made for 4 seasons, it means not as much insulation. That means it's going to run and run and run and run and run. And we're going to be blowing through bottles and bottles and bottles of propane. And we don't have the money to spend for that. I mean, hundreds and hundreds of dollars of propane it would have cost us to try to keep the RV comfortable. But we have these electric heaters. The problem with the electric heaters is you can't leave them unattended.
Very true. You definitely don't want to do that. You always want to make sure that somebody is up and alert
Yes.
when you've got those things going.
So to come in here for the broadcast would mean we'd have to turn everything off in the RV, come in here, and it's really 3.5-ish hour process for us. The time of the show, and the time before the show, and wrapping up when we're done after the show. By that time, everything would have been frozen in the RV, and we wouldn't have been able to get it back. So we felt it a little bit more pressing to to make sure that everything was okay with Tall Man Mobile.
Yeah, and even with the space heater, once the RV was warm inside, the space heater was not enough to keep
No.
up with the cold.
No.
The propane was still
We'd have to turn it on
coming
to
on.
supplement it.
Yeah, and there was no way that we would have been able to make up that difference because let me tell you, in 20 minutes, it would drop 20 degrees, maybe 30 degrees inside the RV without that little heater on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was, that's kind of why we decided that
I got to load up my
we
favorite.
weren't going to stream last week. So thank you guys for your understanding.
Yes. We do apologize for that. So let's talk about a group cruise.
Yeah.
Who wants to go on a group cruise? Who here doesn't know we're having an event cruise? Not a group cruise, an event cruise. It's next to Lisa's head. Event cruise, November 8th. Who here doesn't know we have an event cruise coming up? Well, if you don't know, here we go.
Here's what people have to say about the 2025 event cruise.
Over the top.
Fantastic.
Fun.
One of a kind.
Exciting.
A must try.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Breakthrough.
Don't miss out on all the fun on the 2026 event cruise. You're not going to want to miss it. Join us.
Well, there you go. That is the email. If you want to join us on the event cruise, just send me an email. I'll put it back up there again. It's very simple. It's tallmanscruiseadventures@gmail.com. Now, Lisa and I, we are not travel agents. So we have a travel agent that is putting this together for us and handling all the ins and outs, if you will, dealing with MSC. And her name is Kathy. So send us an email and we will forward Kathy's information to you. Now, you must book into the group to attend the group functions. That is the only prerequisite. You have to book into the group. If you don't, you are not allowed to attend any of the functions. So if you want to go on the group cruise, make sure you send us an email and we will get you off to Kathy. We still have some cabins left. We have the pricing. The pricing is posted on our Facebook group. If you're not already part of our Facebook group, there it is right there. It is a private group, but just go to Facebook, search for groups, Tall Man's Cruise Adventures. You're going to have to answer 2 questions. What was your first cruise? And agreeing to the group rules, which is essentially no spamming and being nice. Okay? It'll let you right in. But all the pricing for the cabins is up there. They are very reasonable. As you saw in the video, it is a 7-day cruise out of Galveston on the MSC. Y'all, is everybody back? Please let me know if you're still hearing us. Let us know. I got a notice on my computer that we lost signal. So, are you still with us? I hope so, because we were just going to get into things. Please let me know in the chat if you are still with us. Yeah, the clock is started back at 0. So it's like it ended and it came back, which is very strange. Yeah, very, very strange. Though we still have the thumbs up and people are with us. Yeah, it's going back up. So I think they're all here. Everybody still with us?
Yeah, let us know if you're still here.
What was I about to talk about? Do you remember?
We were about to talk about Carnival losing business.
Oh, yeah. No, we're about to talk about, actually, what I was about to talk about is this video coming out this week.
Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah, is everybody back? We lost signal for a while there, guys. Sorry about that. We're going to hopefully get everybody back here.
Please, please, please. Yes. Perfect. Okay, great.
Beautiful.
What's up, Michelle? How are you doing? You missed most of the show. You can scroll back. It's okay. Bev says, book now. Don't be suckered. Join us.
I love it. That's
so
clever.
On Thursday, I forget if it's 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, we have a video coming out entitled, Is Cruising Doomed? We've had a lot of time on our hands recently, and I have spent a lot of time digging into the cruise industry and writing some scripts for videos that I think are very going to be very impactful. So I'm just going to give you a preview. I'm not going to play it, but we'll just talk through a little preview. How many people here have been to Vegas recently? Or how many people here watching us have maybe watched some videos on YouTube about the current status in Las Vegas? Anyone? Again, type 1 in the chat if you know what's going on in Vegas or watch videos about what's going on in Vegas. Again, type 1 in the chat because it's important. Because I feel 100% that the cruise industry is going down the same exact path that Las Vegas is going down. And it's scary. Everybody's back. Okay, now. Thought we lost you. Yeah, Bev, we had a quick drop in signal here, and then it was right back. So
yeah, it kicked us out, but it allowed us back in. So glad everybody's back.
Everybody's present. Okay, so just waiting. So yeah, you definitely, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, if you're with us and you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe button. By the way, if you're already subscribed, make sure you're still subscribed. YouTube's really good at unsubscribing people for no reason at all.
No apparent reason.
We don't say that enough, but just, Anyway, so, yeah. Oh, we have another newbie here.
Yes, hello, welcome.
Captain, what's that? Captain Stable MDR. Captain Stable MDR. LV pricing, everyone. Welcome to the show. We love it when new people tune in.
Absolutely.
Bev's like, I've been through the airport once. Well, again, we want you to watch the video because it's very detailed and it's all in there. But in short, Las Vegas is having a major crisis right now. It's been going on for a little bit of time. It's not like just started today. And it's very, very evident. And if the cruise industry doesn't watch itself, doesn't pay attention, it may end up just like Las Vegas and what's going on there. So anyway, but yeah, that's Thursday. Again, I forget if 7 or 8 o'clock, but you're definitely going to want to check that one out. So outside of that, what have y'all been doing?
We've been trying to stay warm. Us
snack
Floridians,
time.
We're not used to this cold weather.
I know. It is snack time. Everybody, grab your darn snack. Snack time music.
If you want more than to
did you guys have for your snack tonight? Leave it in the chat.
We obviously had popcorn,
Popcorn.
our favorite snack.
We love the popcorn.
We do.
Yes. All right. Let's see what everybody else had. See if everybody else knows about Vegas. Ashley, last time in Vegas was 2023. Yep. I don't think you would have seen a problem then. Macrina says no. Mama Tallman knows. She knows what's going on. Went to Vegas last June, but I don't know what's going on there now. Okay. Michelle knows. Okay. Captain's Table MDR. What's up? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome. We're glad to see you and glad you are here. Yeah, it's, I'm trying to read it and for my screen's a little far away. And so it's like, huh? Macrina's having popcorn. Elaine is having butter pecan cake with caramel sauce.
Ooh.
Elaine, you heard the message that I said about group cruise, right? 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 Okay. I hope so. Sorry. One rule only. Only one rule. Event cruise. 2026.
And I don't know, that butter pecan cake with caramel sauce sounds amazing. Throw some butter pecan ice cream.
I was about
in
to
there
say I
with
would kill
it.
for some butter pecan ice cream.
Man, me too.
Yeah. We don't have any ice cream right now.
No,
No.
we
If
don't.
we did, we just leave it outside. It would be.
True.
Yeah.
It'd probably be okay.
Yeah, the nighttime lows are like last night it was about 40 or 35.
It
It was
was
35, so it was above freezing a little bit.
Yeah.
Tonight it's going to be 40
Yes.
on our property. So
Correct.
yeah, and slowly warming up. So yeah. Well, look, we appreciate each and every one of you for being with us. We really do. Thank you so much. Again, don't miss that video next Thursday. It's an important one. And if you find it as important as we feel it is, please share it with the rest of your cruise friends out there because we would hate to see things go south. All right? So, that being said here, hang on, I got so much here going on. Where is everything? Look at that. I still have the LA map here. Why do I even have that? I don't know.
Because you didn't delete it from 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, y'all. We love you all. We don't have to go home, but we do have to get the out of here. Peace.